Good evening, everyone. This is a project presentation of OMNI team. I'm the team leader, Bob. In the following process, it will be normally divided into several parts: group member introduction, project introductions, web page presentation, and finally, Devops will show their part. In our team, there are 6 developers: Alex, Chris, Christina, Els, me, and Sean. And we have 2 BA, JC Wang and Nico. Devops, Sean and his team member, and really thanks for our tutor like Man and assistants Ray, Yizong, and Eric Shen. For the product of OMNI project, the main customers are jracademy staff. Its functions include that staff can visually operate and manage schedules of various university classes, jracademy workshops, and their employees' information and students' information through the front-end web page. The project involves a total of following technique stacks. The front-end part includes React.js, Webpack, and UI design library and design we use for the component UI build. And we use UMI and Redux for project data structure. The backends mainly use Keystone for data management. The database uses MongoDB and Mongoose to store and write. We have daily stand-up meeting and we use Jira and Postman as DevOps tools and platform. Let's move to the website demo. As you can see, we log in as a staff role, and all the operation needs website where needs the authorization middleware. And for the left side navigation bar, our team mainly works on the components workshop management, timetable management, and the last 2. So let's move to arrows. We'll keep introduce this website.
Hello, I'm Eros. I would like to introduce our workshop management page. This is the most important page we developed in our project. This page displays all the workshops that have been created by users. The table will show the workshops corresponding to the selected university. Now I'm going to show you how switching the university. We just simply choose Adelaide University as an example. Now you can see the table has updated. But today I'm going to use our default university, Queensland University, as an example. So I just change back to Queensland University. We can also find the workshop details in the table. Meanwhile, users can manage every single workshop by function of edit, assign, copy, and delete. According to the needs of our users, the numbers of workshops will probably be very large. Therefore, we simplify the management procedure by added filtering features. Users can type the name of workshop to get the relevant results. Now you can see the result has been found out. Or they can just get the relevant workshops by selecting different workshop types. The table will be also updated after selecting the type. In addition, users can also filter the workshops that created in a certain time by selecting start time and the tutor name to find the accurate workshop quickly. I just use Richard as example today. So now you can see the result. There will be 4 workshops that has been displayed. You can also just simply click the time sorter to get the up-to-date result. The workshop detail will be updated by editing after user create a new workshop. I just simply change the workshop type to exam and save it. So now you can see the workshop type has been updated to the exam class. Users can also assign tutor to a workshop. The new tutor will replace the previous one. So I just random select a workshop. Then I just remove the previous one to Phoenix. Then assign. Now you can see the tutor has been updated as well. If user want to create a new workshop but with similar contents as an existing workshop, they can use copy and create function to do so. So I just simply copy the previous workshop. Maybe I just change the name. I just type twice. Yeah, now you can see the workshop has been created. Finally, user can delete workshop by simply click the delete button or delete many button to delete more than one workshop. We just select one to delete. So now you can see the table has been updated, or we just simply delete more workshops. Then it's all deleted. With this function that I have just mentioned, every single workshop can be managed more effectively by the users. Sean will introduce the next part. Thanks.
Hello, could you please stop the sharing? All right, good evening, this is Sean. In my part, I will demonstrate the creation of a new workshop course. First of all, we can click the create button to create a workshop, and there will be a pop-up window that you can type in some key information. So after typing and saving the information, you'll be automatically directed to the next page, and in which you can not only edit the previous information if you have made any mistakes, but also enrich other information like price and introduction, etc. Furthermore, you can see in this page, the content is divided into two parts. The left is regarding the details I've mentioned above, while the right is the poster of the workshop. The elements on the poster are related to the corresponding parts of the form on the right, and I'll demo it in detail. For example, let's focus on the price form here. When you type in the unit price and also the length of the course, you can get the total price calculated and displayed on the poster. Besides, there are also other elements like creating the keyword tags of this poster, as well as attaching the QR code on the poster automatically. Well, in terms of the QR code feature, we have previously implemented the feature of selecting the QR code, but considering the actual situation that customer service staff in cities other than Brisbane share the same QR code, we choose to auto-attach the QR code on the poster after discussing with our BA. After saving the changes, the new workshop will be displayed on the list. So that's all for my speech section. Alex will handle the next part. Thank you.
Okay. Next, I will introduce the edit function of the workshop detail page. If you want to see the details of the workshop, just click the edit button. And the page will jump to the edit page, where you can see the difference in URLs. We can see the edit page contains the course description, the course highlights, and the tutor introduction. And the staff also can see how many students enroll this course. If the staff want to drop a student or just add some course from a course, just click these buttons. And then if you would like to change those information, you can just type it. And it will be automatically showing the poster as you can enter it. So finally, if you want to save them, you can just click the save edit button at the bottom. But if you just want to leave them as they are, just click the cancel button, and then they will drop to the last page. So finally, let's move on to Christina.
Please stop sharing.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Excuse, yeah.
Hi, I'm Christina. I will talk about the course timetables management. We add requirements on course arrangement based on previous students. Under this column, we have 0 for 2101 and 1 timetables for 3102. When we click course name or edit button, we can negative to detail page. After add the add button, it shows the form with the validation messages on required item. The time period is mutable. After click the box, it will pop a form model with the validation messages. If only have one time period, the delete icon is disabled. After add a new time period, we can delete the first one. We can also edit it and clear it. And for 2101, we can create, we want to create 3 timetables. We will click the clear, save and end. And the new timetables are showing below. For 3102, we want to add 1 timetables. When click save and create another. Not only show timetable below, but also keep form open. And let's back to the list page. We can see the number here has changed to 3 and 2. When we negative to detail again, we can edit it. Each time we can only edit 1 time period. Let's save it. And we can also copy it to save time. And that's all. Chris will continue.
Okay, thank you, Christina. Hello, I'm Chris. Let me introduce the last 2 pages of our OMNI project. The next page is student management page, which displays all the students have registered in the JR dashboard, as well as the workshop page and the timetable page. We can select university here to get all the related students. And if we want to find one of the students more accurately, we can just simply input a name, and so we can get the result. And in addition, we can do 3 actions, which are check, edit, and delete for each student. And the check button can direct to the student's detail page, can display all the transactions here that the students did before. And the page edit button can direct to the similar page, but we can add some added information here, such as adding a promotion tag for each transaction, or adding some remarks for the students. Let's just simply put 7 and save it. And if we back to the list, and we can show here, and we still can use the remarks to search the student more accurately. The last page is day of management page, which is still being developed. This page is used for staff to ask for a day off. We can select the city where the staff is. And if we click the button of day off application, a pop-up window will show up, and we can fill the form as a personal request, such as a type, the date, and the end date, and the time. So the length of day off will be calculated automatically, excluding weekend and the public holidays, depending on where the staff is. And if we submit, so the information will be passed to our backend and back to the front end again to show here. And that's all about our project, which developed by our developer members. Next, that welcome our DevOps team members, Sean, to talk about more about our OMNI project. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Could you hear me? My name is Sean. Today, I'm glad to represent our team, which is OMNI DevOps team. Includes me, Justin, Roger, Ian, and Tom. So I just give you a brief introduction about what we've been doing in our P3. And next page, please. Thank you. From the beginning, we've been practicing our front end and back end deployment by ourselves, each team member, and then we begin our teamwork together by using AWS IAM user groups as team users permission. We use Bitbucket and Jira Confluence for our teamwork coding, documentation, and review. We kept the front end and the back end for the same Node.js environment, so everything could run well. We use Docker to manage our Jenkins server and our pipelines as a version control tool. Based on Docker, we built 3 CI/CD pipelines on our EC2 Jenkins server. And for the cloud platform, we choose AWS because it's dominating market share. In automation, we use the Terraform and the Bitbucket plugin in Jenkins to achieve our automation for the whole P3 project, not only the repo. We also use the monitoring method, including AWS CloudWatch and Grafana for incident management and stress testing. And next page, please. Now, if you could see, this is our 3-tier architecture, which also includes the 3 CI/CD pipelines. These are the front end, these are the back end, and Terraform, 3 pipelines. I would start to introduce the front end architecture. So after the deployment, we host our static website on the Amazon S3 bucket, and we register our domain and host zone in Route 53. Then we use Amazon Certificate Manager to create a SSL certificate for HTTPS for the encrypted connection. After that, we deploy our CDN and we combine everything on our cloud front. Now let's move to the backend architecture, and I would introduce Roger as a host in this part. Thank you, Roger.
Thank you, Sean. Hello, everyone. I'm Roger. And I will talk about backend architecture. From the diagram, we can see that the ECS cluster was created with 2 private subnets, which are separate into 2 availability zones. The application load balancer was implemented with 2 public subnets to forward front-end traffic from internet to ECS Fargate tasks. Finally, Net Gateway was designed to allow Fargate tasks to pull images from ECR outside the VPC. For database server, it was implemented by MongoDB Atlas replica set with 3 data-bearing servers, including 1 primary and 2 secondary members. We are using Jenkins server for CI/CD pipelines. Front-end pipeline will be triggered when new code merges into master branch. Start with pouring new code. Jenkins will then install package, build, and test, and if succeeded, push artifacts to S3 bucket, which hosts front-end website. Similarly, once backend pipeline triggered, firstly, new code will be pulled. Secondly, new Docker image will be built, and then Jenkins push new image into AWS ECR. Finally, it updates ECS service to deploy the changes. To help with the high availability of the application, the following components were designed and implemented. S3, because AWS S3 SLA is 99.9%, the front-end website also achieves a high level of availability. CDN, CloudFront helps fast delivering the front-end content to customers in different countries. Load balancing, ALB routes traffic to different Fargate tasks. When one Fargate task failed, ALB will redirect to another availability one. Multi-AZ backend tail has 2 availability zones. This ensures that application can withstand even a complete availability zone failure. Deployment strategy, we use ECS rolling update deployment type to ensure zero downtime. Auto scaling, we set up auto scaling policy in CE service to ensure backend availability. Database replica, we implemented MongoDB Atlas replica set, which provide redundancy and high availability. Security, the following configurations are designed and implemented to ensure security of the app. First is SSL certificate. Both front-end and back-end only allow HTTPS connection. By configuring SS certificate in front-end CloudFront distribution and the back-end ARB HTTPS listener. S3 bucket, we block all public access and restrict S3 access only from CloudFront. Security group, to minimize inbound rules for ARB, we only allow 443 port. For ECS, we only allow 3000 port. Private subnet, backend app hosted in private subnets to ensure no internet access to it. Then I will choose Justin to talk about monitoring. Thanks.
Thanks, Roger. This is Justin. Let's look at the monitoring. We have applied the CloudWatch integrated metrics with Grafana. Since our team configured auto-scaling strategy for ECS Fargate tasks, it will achieve high availability by compliance rolling update deployment policy. How to make sure it will work as expected? We have made a stress testing to our ECS server by using watch command with curl website to simulating the high amount of visits to our web. This monitoring diagrams showing when our ECS server facing high pressure of visits by our pressure test, you will have no single point of failure in our service, even under pressure. What our role update policy does is when there's a high traffic coming, our ECS Fargate will automatically add more tasks. In our case, maximum are 6 tasks in 2 separate private subnets. Minimum are 2 tasks. You will add tasks by calculating how much CPU utilization has been used. By increasing every 10%, you will add 1 more task automatically. When high traffic comes at 10 p.m., on the right side, it shows the wave of the maximum CPU and memory utilizations. Thanks to auto-scaling feature, we can achieve high availability to our ECS server that makes 0 downtime. Next, I will introduce Yan Chen to illustrate our Terraform architecture.
Thank you, Justin. I will introduce our ICA tools. As mentioned before, we use Terraform as our infrastructure management tool. In our project, Terraform is triggered where Jenkins and the remote state file of Terraform is managed by AWS S3 and DynamoDB. For managing AWS credential when using Terraform, we modify AWS credential of AWS CLI under local environment, while we add environment variables under Jenkins server. Next, this is what our Terraform directory structure looks like. There are 3 folders in our Terraform directory, including applications, CI/CD, and modules. For further development, we will consider logging security multi-environment for our project and upload our Terraform modules into Terraform registry to improve our project. That's all for our presentation. Thanks for watching. Feel free to ask questions. 有问题吗？
能不能展示一下 monitor Grafana 是你们放哪儿？
对，我们是这样子的，我们是 Grafana， 对，就是这个图，我们就是截了2张，我们做 stress testing 的图，然后就是展示了一下，我们的 ECS server 在面对这个 stress testing 的时候，它的一些数据波动，是看它的。我们现在可以看，我们是部署了，但是现在是关着的，等于说，对，我们就是做的时候把它放上去了，对。
好。当然还有问题吗？
我能不能问一下大学课程管理那个地方？
好，等一下。
的课表管理应该，不是，有一个就是可以加那个课程时间的那个。
大学课表管理。
好像有一个是他添加课程，然后可以选，比如说今天几点到几点那边。对对对，如果说我开始的是，他这个时间就是上课时间是在哪边设置？因为我看到只有那个星期时间，就是比如说几点到几点是。
当我点击那个 box 的时候，它会弹出来，然后我选择呀，不是这个地方。
好，你可以到那边。
我来 share 屏幕。
谢谢。
怎么？我在这里可以选择时间呀。
比如说我这边时间，比如说我如果写4点到2点的话，它会默认说，它会出现什么提醒，或者是说它会直接默认说是，比如说今天的4点到隔天的2点吗？还是？
默认都是当天的，就是是比如说这个星期是指，比如说我在这里选了，比如说8到30号，是8到30号里面的所有的星期一，就11号、18号、25号，然后它不是隔天，都是当天的2点到4点。
那如果我在这边输入4点到2点会怎么样呢？
这个地方好像还没有，就是可能不会报错，但是这个逻辑好像是有点问题。这个地方还没有考虑到。好像是。对，它是可以显示的，但是就是这个逻辑可能还有点问题。
那如果我比如说添加课程的时候，我那个课程的名称就是可能已经在数据库的话，它会不会就是会返回什么？
课程的名称，你是就是说重复为这个创建多个吗？
对，前面好像有一个地方是添加课程的时候有一个就是好像可以复制那个课程。那如果比如说我复制，然后我直接创建。
那个课程在后端，它虽然名字一样，但是他们的 ID 不一样，他们是2个显示相同课程名的不同课，就是这个情况。
那如果说我那个课程就是它所有的信息都是一样的，他们也是可以创建，因为
对也是可以的。
可以创建。
这个
是用 ID 去判，那这样子的话是不是等于说就是没有判断？因为我只要创一个新的，它 ID 肯定是不一样的。
对 ，ID 是不一样，但是它其他信息都是一样。这是为了方便他们，如果有相似的课程啊，他们可以直接快速创建、快速编辑。
好吧，但是这样子的话，就变成说，可能这堂课就是因为课程名称应该也是唯一的吧？就比如说
差不多，但是课程名称不一样，但是它的里面内核信息，说不定很多你要手打的东西。如果你不用这个快捷复制的话，就要再复制粘贴，复制粘贴很麻烦，所以直接复制一个完整课程，稍微改一些其中信息，这样子。
我知道，我意思是，比如说我复制了
那个我们时间原因，你们就不要再继续讨论了，然后我们直接换到下一组。